everyone, and welcome back to 27 Fox Place. Every day looks a little bit different, but not a lot happens until I've had my coffee to get me going. And once I do get going, I try to get outside with the dogs so that they can get a little fresh air and exercise.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain. Beauty in the mundane. And as the light started...
Every day looks a little bit different, and of course I always start by making the bed and a quick tidy, and if I'm lucky, those are the only things I need to do before I start my day. And most mornings I have dishes to put away and laundry to fold, and I try to include a weekly cleaning task as well, and I only spend about 30 minutes on cleaning and resetting the house in the mornings. It only takes a minute or so to make the bed, and the most time-consuming part of my morning reset is folding the laundry. But altogether, my morning reset takes anywhere from 5 minutes to 20 minutes depending on the day.
Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all. Hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align, we lose track of time. Head up high, now we climb.
I spilled a little coffee on this throw blanket this morning, so I need to get it in the wash before the stain sets in, and then I have some laundry that I need to put away. I have a larger blanket that needs to be washed in cold water, but I'm going to wash them both together, and I'm just adding vinegar to the rinse cycle.
Agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all. A bigger scale, the world in hand.
I use the laundry basket to carry the clothes to and from the laundry, so once the clothes are folded, I put them straight into the basket. And even if I don't take care of it right away, it forces me to put them away so that I can use the basket to start another load of laundry. And of course, the most time-consuming part of laundry is the folding. Putting the laundry in the washer and dryer and putting the clothes away is the easy part. So instead, I try to focus on getting the laundry folded, and as long as it's folded, I can usually get it put away in the same day.
Other, beyond gravel, beyond all. Dreamy, breezy, we go.
I try not to waste a trip with the empty laundry basket, so if I have another load of laundry, I'll take it to the laundry room and program the washer to run the following day. It always helps to start out with the clean kitchen, so I try to clean up as much as I can the night before, but I had a few things to put away this morning, and mail is something that I try to take care of as soon as it comes into the house, and I sort through and put away anything we need to keep, and the rest goes into the recycle bin. Anything that comes into the house or needs to be put away tends to end up here, and I tried keeping files in different places around the house, but the paper piled up here and never got put away until it became a problem, and I learned the hard way that having to search through a giant stack of papers for something important never comes at a convenient time. So instead of bringing the mail to the files, I brought the files to the mail, and because I finally have a system that's convenient, it only takes a minute to put everything away so that I can easily find what I need. I cover up anything that I put in the microwave, but I still manage to make a mess once in a while, and most of the time I clean up the mess before it gets too hard to clean. But if I don't get to it right away, I just put a cup of water in the microwave for about 5 minutes, or until the condensation covers the inside. And if the inside gets greasy, I use a 50-50 mix of vinegar and water to cut through the grease. Once the steam has had a few minutes to soften up the stuck-on bits, everything just wipes right off.
You are one.
The larger blanket needs to air dry, so I'll hang that up while I'm waiting for the smaller throw blanket to dry. And the smaller blanket is lightweight and will dry much faster on the low heat setting, so I'll dry them separately.
I think of you and of all I should have done.
My extra cleaning task for today is in the bedroom, and it only takes about 15 minutes for me to oil all the furniture in this room. The bedroom furniture doesn't have a varnish finish, so I have to oil the wood to keep it from drying out and cracking. The spray bottle makes it easy to apply the oil, and then I just use a cotton rag to coat the surface so that the oil can soak into the wood. I've always used lemon oil, but there may be better options, and it's always best to check with the manufacturer's cleaning recommendations. And lemon oil is not the best choice for every type of wood finish. I do try to oil the furniture once or twice a year, but I think it's been a bit over a year since the last time.
But don't you agree? With beating hearts, we're still alive. There comes a time when all you have is who you love. All I'm thinking of. It don't mean a thing what shape or form that you're in, the place you're from, the wealth or the color of your skin. And all you have burns to the sky. It's all too late, and you wonder why. I don't think that I'm being that selfish right now. You said yourself you'd be breaking every vow. I can understand you're tired of this town, and I'm not saying that we have to settle down now. Just remember this. We could have been stardust, same world but without us. Something made us find each other out there. Made us realize we're more than just stardust. Ignore this fact if you must, to do what your dreams are telling you to do. And I'll be out there looking for someone like you. Stardust, stardust. I'm the lazy one, so I guess I should have known. You said yourself you wanna do this alone. What if your dreams are making it hard to think straight? If you still love me, I can wait, I can wait. And remember this. We could have been stardust, same world but without us. Something made us find each other out there. Made us realize we're more than just stardust. Ignore this fact if you must, to do what your dreams are telling you to do. And I'll be out there looking for someone like you. Supposed to go, or maybe I'm just too slow. They're looking for someone like you.
Waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal. Take you there. I would give it all away to do it all again. Make our love a story that would never end. Never thought I'd feel so alive, looking in your eyes. The day I die.
I programmed the dryer to run for 50 minutes out of habit, but the blanket was dry in about half that time, so I was able to get it folded and put away. The larger blanket has had some time to dry, but I like to use the air dry setting on the dryer to help soften up the blanket and speed up the dry time.
Take you there. If I'm gonna love somebody.
While there wasn't a lot to do the day before, I have a lot more to do this morning, and I have a load of laundry that I need to put in the dryer. I like to use the delay function on the washer so that the machine runs about an hour before I get up in the morning. That way the clothes are clean and all I have to do is transfer the clothes over to the dryer, and it cuts down on the wait time so I can get more done in the morning. I sort through the clothes when I transfer them over to the dryer so that I can pull out anything that needs to be hung up to dry. And I finally got smart and started putting the basket in front of the washer and dryer to keep the clothes from hitting the floor.
Till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare. Take you there.
I use mesh laundry bags to wash the delicate items so that I don't have to wash a separate load, and I usually don't have enough delicates to run a small load, so it helps to save on energy costs. I wash dark colors in cold water to keep them from fading, but it will also help keep them from shrinking, so I like to hang up anything that might shrink or fade from the heat in the dryer. And while I'm waiting for the dryer, I can get the rest of my daily tasks done, and I try to run the dishwasher at night. I like to start the day with an empty dishwasher so I can keep the dirty dishes out of the sink. But sometimes there's not enough dishes to run it, and whenever that happens, I try to run it later in the day so that I can empty it before dinner.
Is everything pale and cold?
And the extra cleaning task for today is mopping the floors, and I use a wet vac to clean the floors because it vacuums and mops at the same time. And instead of adding floor cleaner to the solution tank, I like to spray the cleaner directly onto the floor, and then I can use the clean water in the machine to rinse the floors clean.
I'll be right, somehow I must be somewhere the sky is blue. I'm too tired to sleep, too tired to do anything else than doing nothing. I'm too tired to rest, too tired I'm blue. Can't do nothing else than doing nothing. Inside my room, the heat's like a warm embrace. My bed feels like heaven. I lose track of time and space. Behind these clouds, I know the sun will be, but today's raining, so be patient with me. I'll be right, somehow I must be somewhere the sky is blue. I'm too tired to sleep, too tired to do anything else than doing nothing. I'm too tired to rest, too tired I'm blue. Can't do nothing else than doing nothing. I'm too tired to sleep.
The laundry is dry and ready to be folded, and I only wash one load of laundry a day, and I usually wash a load of dark colors every week, but there are a few extra days in this load, and that's the disadvantage of having a large capacity washing machine. Washing a larger load of laundry saves time and energy, but there's a lot more folding to do.
Brand new street and brand new me. Side by friends I need. Don't you tell me that you're in town, I already know. Couple days ago. Hey, now that our names are written in stone, let's be honest, sounds like home. Still I'm here alone and I'm calling your phone. I wish I could wipe my own memory out. I wish I could dream about somebody else. I wish I could talk when the silence so loud. I wish, oh I wish. I wish I could wipe my own memory out. I wish I could do something that will make sense. I wish I would know what you're thinking about. I wish I could wipe my own memory out.
I wanted to make gluten-free chocolate zucchini muffins this week, and to make things easier, I measured out all of the dry ingredients in advance, and I'm just storing them in the mason jar until I need them. I substitute date paste for sugar in this recipe, but the dates need to soak overnight, so I remove the pits and add vanilla extract and enough water to cover the dates. I used 4 dates to make half a cup of paste for this recipe, and I just stored them in the fridge overnight. And once the dates have softened, I use an immersion blender to chop them into a paste. This portion of dates is too small for a large blender, but an immersion blender is a great tool for smaller portions like this, and it's easy to clean up. To clean the blender, I just run it in water with a few drops of soap until the blades are clean. Now that the date paste is ready, I can combine the rest of the ingredients together, and I like to mix the wet ingredients together before I add the dry ingredients because it helps to make sure all of the ingredients are well mixed. And once all the ingredients are mixed together, I can stir in the chocolate chips. And the only added sugar in this recipe is in the chocolate chips, and I'm using semi-sweet chips, but you could use sugar-free chocolate to help cut back on the added sugar.
Won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say
I try to clean up in the kitchen as I go, and so now that the muffins are in the oven, I can put everything in the dishwasher.
the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up.
While I was cleaning up in the kitchen, I noticed that the hummingbird feeders were running low on nectar, so while I was waiting for the muffins to cook, I took a minute to refill the empty feeders, and I take apart the feeders and rinse them in hot water to keep the mold from growing.
Never figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
Standing underneath the lights, look into each other's eyes. Tired snowflakes are coming down, collapsing turns into water when they hit the ground. I hear the sound of empty streets. Yesterday has gone to sleep. So all that's left is you and me. I can promise you're the only thing I see. Hold my hand and hear the words I say. Close your eyes and let us fade away. Build a secret place for you and me. Let our minds be caught up in a dream. Quiet voices in the night. Time is running out of sight. A lonely wind is passing by. Tries to carry on.
These muffins are dense and chocolatey and lightly sweet, and they're grain-free, so they're not as light and airy as muffins made with wheat flour, but they're a perfect treat to satisfy my sweet tooth, and I'll leave the recipe in the description box in case you'd like to try it.
No one left but you and me. It's like a made-up place that only we can see. Hold my hand and hear the words I say. Close your eyes and let us fade away. Build a secret place for you and me. Let our minds be caught up in a dream. Standing underneath the lights, look into each other's eyes. There's no one left but you and me. It's like a made-up place that only we can see.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations. Oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken, 'cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck.
There are no preservatives in these muffins, so they only last a day or two at room temperature or about a week in the fridge. So I like to store half in the fridge and the other half in the freezer, and they are the perfect afternoon snack with a glass of iced coffee or any other time I need a sweet treat.
Back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. And I think to myself, and I'm thinking out loud.
That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it gives you a little motivation to check some things off of your to-do list. And of course, if you liked this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications before you go. And thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and I hope to see you next time.
Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.